Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Conner Prochaska. I'm the director of ARPA-E at the Department of Energy. By show of hands, who here has heard about ARPA-E before? Good. That's very motivating because we are an agency that's been around just under 20 years, since about 2007, 2008. And there's still plenty of people who aren't totally familiar with ARPA-E. As the name suggests, ARPA-E is created after DARPA to basically tackle the biggest energy challenges that are facing the world and the country. There was a book called the Rising or Gathering Storm that was written by some very, very intelligent people, basically saying the United States needed ARPA-E in order to ensure that we maintain our technology readiness and our superiority in technology, particularly in the energy area. Now, if you know more about the Department of Energy as a whole, we're not necessarily just the Department of Energy. I like to say it's really the Department of Nuclear Weapons and the Department of Research, because that's truly what we do at the department. Tens of dollars every year doing cutting-edge research from experiments at Fermi National Lab all the way to solar cells and battery research and everything in between that you would expect. So, talk about AI. The Department of Energy is at the leading front of that, incorporating AI, use it as a tool in everything we do. Some examples. We're using it in our newest QC3 program, which is the first applied quantum technology program the Department of Energy has ever undertaken, which is extremely exciting. I'm kind of a quantum nerd. I had a quantum spin out at Caltech. And the idea that we've got an first time really sends a signal, not just to but to the world, that we're ready to use things like quantum technology to change the world and to advance some research and activities. We're using it in our Magneto program, a program working to use AI and non-critical minerals to create the world's strongest magnets. And so we can onshore some of those capacities, and magnets are needed for everything. One in particular, fusion. ARPA-E has been at the leading edge of all the way back in our Alpha program. And at that point, at the Alpha program, there were really two types of fusion technologies. There was the tokamak, and there was the NIF facility, the laser facility. He said, well, what's in between there? And that program developed companies like Helion, Zap Fusion, and a number of others. The CEO of Commonwealth Fusion Systems will tell you that they wouldn't be the Commonwealth they are today without technology that came out of ARPA-E. So we're extremely excited about that. Now, I wear a second hat. I wear three hats at the department right now. Director of ARPA-E, I'm the Chief AI Officer, and then I'm also the head of partnerships from the Genesis mission. If you've heard about the Genesis mission, I hope you have. I'll see a raise of hands on that one too. Great. So the Genesis mission you're going to hear more about this afternoon in about an hour. Oh, thank you. I guess I'm going in and out. You'll hear more about that in about an hour from the Undersecretary of Science, Dario Gil. But the Genesis mission, in short, is using the big data, the big tools, such as our supercomputers across the labs and our light sources, and our big problems that we have at the Department of Energy. And when I say big problems, the things that we're tasked with working on. That's strategic deterrence with our weapons program. That's science, AI for science, and then that's energy dominance on how we're going to power it. At the department, it's a unique place to be when we talk about AI, because it's not just incorporating AI for efficiencies and effectiveness like you kind of would in your more traditional CIO shops. That's great, and we do that, and we have a big role in incorporating that and working that with our Julix system, is our internal AI tool for the Department of Energy across the entire department. But then the Department of Energy has two massive other duties that we have to do. One is, how can we use these tools through the Genesis mission, which is what we're working on, to create the most powerful scientific tool the world has ever seen, and to double the productivity of R&D across the country from what right now is 3.5% of our GDP. We want that 3.5% to look like 7%. I'll wait for Dario Gill and the Undersecretary to talk more about that this afternoon, but that's the genesis. And if you're not involved, please let us know. Come find myself. My colleague Blake is in the back right now. We want to partner because the Genesis mission is not just a whole of DOE effort. It's not just a whole of government effort. This is a whole of country effort. And in order for us to succeed in the missions that we're looking to help and work on, we absolutely need all the partners and all the private sector know-how that we possibly can. Additionally, the department, of course, is responsible, just as Senator Kelly was just talking about, of making sure we have enough horsepower to drive this. We need gigawatts. Compute power used to be measured in flops. Now we count it in gigawatts. We need to get an active effort to add electrons into our system, not subtract. And that's one of the first things the Secretary began, particularly with tools like the 202C orders, to make sure that we weren't closing down nuclear and coal plants, but making sure that we have enough electricity to power this demand that has surged over the past decade or so. And we're going to continue to do that. Now, at ARPA-E specifically, we work across the spectrum. We work from generation technology, we work in transmission technology, and we work in efficiencies. We want to attack it in every way we possibly can. So I talked about how we're using AI a little bit, whether it's magneto for critical minerals, rocks, our QC3 program, our newest catalchemy using AI for new catalyst chemistries, which is extremely exciting as well. We're working across the spectrum, and we really hope that you will join us, not just in the Genesis mission, but ARPA-E has a mandate to make an impact. What we say is, if it works, will it matter? We have a built-in commercialization mission in our statute at ARPA-E, and that means private sector partners need to come be seeing what we're doing and partner with us to advance your ideas and our ideas for the betterment of the country and to solve these world-changing problems that we're dealing with right now. So I think you can see that it's an exciting time to be at the Department of Energy. It's always been a really cool department, but we're at a time and a place where the impact of what we're doing at the departments with the research arms, with the governance, with power generation, has the opportunity to truly change the world and better human lives, not just here in the United States, but around the world if we do it right. I'm going to stop there for a little bit and see if there's anybody that would like to ask any questions while we've got some extra time. But thank you very much to Seed AI for having me, first off.